everyone, Maury Curtis Dunbar here. I am finally back. I have missed you all so much. 5 weeks ago yesterday, I had my infamous hand surgery, but now I'm back. I get to paint again. I have been painting for the last couple of days, working some projects out so that when I came on live with you here today, I could actually work on something. So I've set up a few things. Now, on a regular basis, people ask how they can get in contact with me. And of course, you can always get me through here through Facebook. But this is our website, www.paintedstudio.com. And there is our phone number here in Illinois. So hey, Lori. Yeah, I was gone I had a lot of hand surgery. So you're gonna see my hand brace off in a minute anyway. You'll see that I have some hefty scars. They don't hurt me. I'm healing really well. My doctor and my therapist are incredibly impressed with how well I've healed on this, which is good because this one comes up next. So I have to tell you, I have been 10 days from each other. Yeah, I had carpal tunnel, but they also had to remove some bones. Listen, my mother didn't buy the extended warranty on me, and my husband regularly says he's annoyed at her for it. So that's the fact. I have a lot of moving parts that don't always stay moving. So I had to fix some. So I'm just so happy to be back. I can't tell you, I have missed being creative. I have to tell you, while I was recovering and sitting here and doing orders and doing paperwork and stuff like that, the stuff I could do while my hand healed, I have seen every Bruce Willis movie ever made, and a lot of them are really bad. I don't know why I got onto Bruce Willis movies, I just did. All right, so I'm gonna take off my hand brace so I can paint. Now, a couple things. Don't worry about the scars. They look worse than they are. They don't hurt me. So that's something. I know they look red. They're very new. They'll fade and go into nothing. I've had 3 other surgeries before this one on this hand. This is a hand that needs to get fixed. Also, you're gonna notice I don't have my normal beautiful manicure done. If I gotta get this one fixed and I can't have nail polish on for either one of them, I'm just gonna ride it out, keep them filed super, super, super short, because otherwise they snap and break, and you don't need to see that on a live, because that will happen. All right, so now what we're going to do is talk about our newest stuff that's going on. So thank you for listening to me. So before I left you, I think one of the last lives I did was working on these darling Easter ornaments. You can use them, and we carry the wood. I make these. Oops, I make them so well I throw them. You must have thought they were Frisbees for a moment. I personally cut all of these eggs out. We have them listed on our website, so they're ready and waiting for you for Easter. And then I've been doing them in sort of this style that goes back to my childhood. It's a little Pennsylvania Dutch, a little toll work. These are super, super cute. But, yesterday I'm sitting around getting inspired to come back on live with you guys, and I decided to create bunnies. These are my very own design. As you see, we got big bunnies, and then we have, whoops, I put them out of my reach. We have little bunnies. Now, these are a little too big for earrings, but honestly, since I personally cut these by hand with a scroll saw, they're not cut with a laser, they're not going through a glow forge. I personally cut these by hand. I'm not quite good enough on the skill saw to make the really tiny ones. I know some of you had seen some of those from Jennifer, but you could mount them with a pin backing and wear them, or you could mount them on sticks and use them inside of floral arrangements or anything you wanted to. Hey, Maddie, nice to see you. Hey, Jenny. So it's nice to see everybody here. But so these are our 2 new cutouts. They're not yet on the website. They will be after this live. And I'm going to go on with you and show you a few things that I designed with it. So this was the pattern I did earlier today. So we're going to do this style. And then I started another egg that's actually in the hot box in the back here, drying so it's ready for me to move on to the next step. So give me just a second, let me grab it. needed to have some, we're working in layers here, so I needed to get some things organized. All right, so I think first thing we're gonna do is start with the bunny. I'm gonna flip this down and I'm gonna turn on, oh, Mare, nice to see you. All right, and then let's turn on our extra light. Whoops, my light wants to go flying off the handle there. And then I think I'm gonna zoom you all in just a little bit. Now, the other thing I need to do is open up my iPad, and so I might have a better shot at seeing some of the comments. And let's see if I'm live on my own page and I can find it. Good, now let me turn the volume down because I don't need to hear myself in echo. And there's, okay, there we go. All right, I'm right here. I think you can see me pretty well. Now I painted another bunny in gold because it's Easter. We got lots of colors. And I was doing so much pink and red for Valentine's Day, and those are still great colors for Easter, but I kind of needed to back off of it a little bit. I was getting a little overwhelmed with pink and red, so I went with blues, greens, and golds for today. Now this is my paint palette. I will tell you exactly every color I have in here. This is what I had on top of there was press and seal to keep it fresh. So what I have here is Set Coat Snow White. I have some Set Coat Snow White mixed with a little parrot green faux cream color colorant. This is yellow faux cream color. This is the snow metallic snow white with a little bit of French red faux color in here. This is the parrot green undiluted faux color. This is red Set Coat, coral Set Coat, black Set Coat, blue Set Coat, and blue Set Coat with white white snow metallic Set Coat mixed in. So I gave myself a nice kind of springy palette to work with, so I had a lot of options. And for my bunny, this was the original ornament from the 70s. So I took this pattern that was on there and reinterpreted it for the rabbit. So you can see I've got the heart in the center. But what happened is when I first did it, I found that on the rabbit, the details sort of disappeared a little bit, so I had to kind of zhuzh it up, as the phrase goes. So the first thing that we need to do is paint our basic shapes that are in here. Let me pull my brushes out. I did indulge while I was out from lives in some new round brushes because I was struggling with the old ones. Now I could paint the hearts red, but I think for a change, I'm gonna go a little different. I'm gonna do the heart in pink instead because I almost always do it red. And I need a little break from the way I always do it. Make that side too small. I'm gone so long, I think my hair's longer. Now, the other thing to be aware of is while my hand heals, you might see my hand shake a little. That's muscle fatigue. I moved around a whole bunch of tendons in my thumb and stuff like that, so my hand gets tired. And I'll feel it when I need to stop painting and come up and look up and see what you're doing and what's going on, and that'll give my hand a little break. But honestly, it feels so good to paint. I started painting for the first time in 5 weeks yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like I've come home. It felt so heavenly. All right, so you can see that I put these little ball shapes up by the ears and down by the tail. So I think I'm gonna put another one down here, do that way. Now, if you can't paint a perfect circle, don't worry about it. Mine will look really surprisingly good on camera, but if you saw them up close, they probably look a little lopsided. And that's okay. Again, hand painted. Again, this is an older style of painting. It's a little bit of toll work. It's a little Pennsylvania Dutch. It's a little Swedish. And quite frankly, for the rabbits, it's my free-flowing interpretation of how I want to use these patterns. So I'm going to do that. To the side, and we're going to take another brush, and then we're going to make the shape that's right in here. And I think I'm going to do that in reverse color today. I'm going to do it with a light green. Now the base color on this is Faux Effects Metallic Set Coat in True Gold. The color on this rabbit is Set Coat Metallic Light Green. And then we have a couple other colors that I used on some of these, and I'll show you in a minute. I'm forgetting what color I was using. Gosh, I have like the attention span of the rabbits that I'm painting. Yeah, I had to buy some new rounds. I was not happy with the old ones I had. I think I'd just beaten them up far too much. You know, I have brushes in there that go back decades. And, you know, after a while, even with the best care, and sometimes I wasn't always taking care of them the best, you have to replace them. I mean, I did murals on a wall once. I did so much painting on the walls, I literally wore the brush to a nub in about a week's time. So I've got those shapes painted on. Let's rinse that out. And then I think probably what I'll do is I'll take the red and do the little heart in the center in the dark red. Now, this is how I'm painting them today. You can foil these rabbits, you can do other stuff. I have some ideas on some other patterns that I want to do on these, but I have to do a little practicing of them off camera to make sure my hand is stable enough to do that. I like how that's coming out, but I can't. I've got a funny angle on it, and I'm getting a little glare, so I can't see. I couldn't see the peak there. That's better. Like, why am I having so much trouble with this? Oh my goodness. All right, so let me see if I'm missing anything. So look how cute this is. I mean, this is already darling. And I'm sorry, I do have to paint it upside down because I need to see what I'm doing compared to the other one. So we're already looking very, very cute here. I really like how this is gonna come out. You can see this is growing just right. So I'm gonna take some of the dark green, and here's how we're gonna do that top of those tulip shapes. So you push down on the brush to make it wider and then lift up so you get the narrower peak at the bottom. And I'm telling you, this is not easy for me to do right now, so if I can make it work, I know you can. This is a challenging move for me. don't know whether my physical therapist would be proud of me or telling me stop doing this. Actually, it's fine. I talked to her about it last week. I am allowed to do this as long as it doesn't hurt. So if any of you have ever done any of the Donna Dewberry one-stroke kind of stuff, this is a little bit similar to that. Just in that you're working with the brush to make specific shapes happen, as opposed to using it just to fill in spaces. So we got that on there. And then we're going to come back in here with the red set coat, which needs just a little water. It's a little dry. I must not have had the press and sealed correctly over it. Got a little dry edge on it. One-stroke capabilities have sort of faded right now. I'll get there. They'll get better. They're improving slowly. I have a little trouble regulating the pressure with my hand, just not quite as stable as I'd like it, but if I can make this work shaky, you guys can make it work. So there's that. Actually, I want to go back in and do a little more because I realize that those tails are supposed to reach over the circle just a little further. I'm a little short. Oh, and I'm so smart, I stuck my finger in it. Aren't you all proud of me? Well, I'll fix it. I always do. This is what happens. I'm choking down on my brush. And that's how I ended up sticking my finger into it. Right there. I'm gonna have to fix that. Hi, Dolly Jones. Hello, welcome to you. Oh, thanks, Desiree. I just put in a huge order for foils too, so we should have all kinds of gorgeous new foils in here soon. All right, so let's get to our little dots and dashes and things like that. All right, I need to get a color on the top of each of these dots. I am avoiding yellow for this very specifically because it will not show well against the gold. And again, here's my reference bunny. Got a piece of paper towel around here. I don't know where I put it. Alrighty, so let's do this way. All right, I want to test my brush stroke before I do it on the rabbit. I always do this with brushes that are new so I can get the stroke that I want. that one. And I usually test a couple brushes to see if I'm getting the stroke that I want. So you can see what I'm doing right here. That's all right. That's still not really what I wanted. Let's see if this one brush that I really like, for some reason the bristles do not want to stick together on it. It wants to flare and then blow away. Oh, that's what I wanted. That's the brush I wanted, but I think maybe the bristles I've trained them finally to stay together. If you have a brush that like a little one like this, and all of a sudden the bristles go wet it down with water, rub soap into it, and let it set. And usually I leave something like that around like that for several days, because that helps the bristles form back into the correct shape. And then when you use it, you rinse the soap out and it's ready to go. So let's see if I can get this to do this way I want it to. It's a little finer, but obviously I didn't use the same brush. This is the brush I've needed for a while. I'm glad I found one. Alrighty, got that one done. My hands are going to shake. This is where you're going to see it. And they are a little shaky. I can feel it. Or it is a little shaky, not they. And that's okay. I'll make it work. I'll get my shaky hands in order. So you can see just from this alone, the different brush you use will determine how heavy or how fine your pattern is. And it's worth it to take a little time to play with brushes so that you get exactly what you want. I wanted to do this on the other rabbit, but could not get the brush to hold its shape properly. So I needed to walk away from it. And as you can see now that I've wet it, it wants to split. So I gotta push it all back together and make sure it dries that way. So otherwise my brush is no good to me. All right, so we gotta flip that this way. Alrighty. I've done that dark blue. I need the light blue. And we're going to use, let's see, which brush? That is, what am I looking at here? Take this one. Okay, now we are using a bigger brush for this next part because I want it to be a little more pronounced. I can't believe it's almost spring. I'm so excited. Things are starting to bloom in my yard. I'm loving seeing that. You all getting ready for thinking about planting? I know it's still March, and where we are, you don't start planting until May, because that's a good way to have your plants show up frozen in a couple weeks. But it feels so nice to be able to just think about it too. That makes me so happy. I walked outside this morning. I could see some of the bulbs I planted last fall are starting to come up. And I planted a lot of bulbs last fall, so I need to let that dry just a bit more right there, because that dark blue is very wet, and if I put my brush in the middle of it, it's going to smear it. All of that painted on there. I need to get my little hearts on here like I have right there. I'll figure out what color to paint those. Why not red? Haven't used that color that much. That. Clearly I can't get the whole little heart on the back here, but I don't forget it. I gotta go pinch that little teeny skinny brush closed again, because it's gonna fight me. And now all that's left is the eye. Now that's super cute as it is. However, you know, if you want your bunny, my bunny eye here needed just a little touch of attention. But if you want to add a little something on the eye there, you take a little drop of white on your brush and you put in a little highlight. Right there, right there. So the last thing that I have left to do, since I did a little white on that, I'm going to take a little white with my brush. Not that one though, that's not the right size. I'm going to take a little white, and we're going to do this. Oh, I love how cute this is. My bunnies are making me very happy. Look how cute our bunny is. Oh my gosh. Yes, Desiree, my bulbs, I have irises coming through and tulips right now. I think it's too early for most of the others. Oops, I almost smeared it. So look how cute that bunny came out. Very simple, very easy. Now you can embellish more. You can add more heart shapes in here. You can add little stars, or you can do something completely different. But again, look how cute those are. Oh, gosh, I'm so happy with that. All right, so we're gonna do one more item and I'm gonna call it a day because I feel like my hands are gonna get tired soon. So we're gonna work on an egg. Now, the other eggs we did had the angel pointed to the side. So what I'm doing for this one is the angel's gonna be facing forward with 2 wings out on either side and then holding an Easter egg in the center. So I think that's a very cute idea. So I've worked on my design already. I've started it on another one, so I'm gonna get the basics done on this one and then we're gonna switch. All right, so I need to figure out what color. Let's do this one. Kind of painting a rounded triangle here to represent roughly the body of the angel. Now, just because I'm doing Easter eggs doesn't mean because these are Eastery, you could do a cross on it, you could do a sacred heart on them, you do all kinds of stuff. I might do some sacred hearts. I need to go and get a better image for reference than I currently have on hand because it was a terrible reference. So I got the body painted on there. And then we're going to do, this is the color I created for the face. Turn it upside down so I don't stick my hand in it, I mean. Now I make the heads a little bigger than the original artist did just because I did. For want of a better description, you'll see it on the other one, the head is even bigger than this one. I'm trying to narrow it down, small it down a little bit. Okay. Now, I think I'm gonna do those wings in pink. And I'm going to do this. These are my angel wings, very simple. Now, if I need a second coat on this when it's dry, and sometimes I do, depends on the color and how opaque it is, I can come back in and do a second coat of color. Angel wings painted on here. So there's the basic blocking in of my body of the angel. We've got the wings, we've got the body, we've got the head. Now that needs to get set aside to dry. And we're gonna work on this guy. So this color, oh, and I should have told you, the background color for this is Set Coat Metallic Light Green. Okay, the background color for this is not a set coat color. This is actually Faux Effects Metal Glow. The color is Sausalito. It's very orangey, kind of flamey color, which is wonderful. Now the difference between set coat and Metal Glow, first of all, set coat dries harder and it's interior and exterior rated, so this could go outside. Ooh, I got a lot of crap on there. Oh well, I'll have to do something else on that side. So this is interior and exterior rated. Metal Glow is only interior rated. And it doesn't dry as hard and it's more translucent than the set coat. So when I use Metal Glow for something, I'm prepared that I might need it more than an extra coat more than I would need with, when I use Metal Glow, I need an extra coat more perhaps than I need with set coat. Not always the case, but often, because it's a little more translucent, but it's also wonderful product. I love it. For those of you who are not familiar with it but happen to like Modern Masters metallic paints, it's like that but has better bonding properties. I'm very fond of the metallic set coats from Modern Masters. Love these better. All right, so I'm going to finish painting up our little angel. So I need to take a look at what I got to do here first. All right, let's get a different brush. I need to give it an egg. I need to give an egg on here. So the first thing I'm doing is putting the egg right in the center. And I painted the whole body and everything before on purpose so I wouldn't have to do details around the egg. It's way easier to paint the egg shape over it. All right, I might want a little more paint on there. There we go. All right, while that dries for a minute, we'll work on the other details. We'll do the hair, the face, all that fun stuff. Okay, so we have a little bow tie at the neck. Okay. And then we need to do hair. I think we're gonna have a red-headed angel. The other way so I can get an angle on here. Okay, so our angel has red hair. Very cute. All right, I need a little brush to do the face. Take a little bit of black and do the eyes. Keep twisting these things so that I don't lose the tip, because otherwise I'm not going to be happy. And we'll do a little pink on the cheeks. Pink egg, pink cheeks. the lips with the red. I may add a little more hair because I just think it looks a little empty up here. I like the 2 strands of hair on the side, not one. I think it just adds a little something. All right, so now we got that done. The next thing we have to do is put the band at the bottom of the dress. Now a color like this, like yellow, which generally tend to have translucent bases, it took me a couple coats to get my yellow this dark. And as you can see, it's still not 100% opaque. That's probably also because I used faux cream color because I didn't have yellow set coat, which would be much more opaque. Just don't have any, so, and I was good with that. I was just gonna make it work my way. Okay, I got my band painted. Now I gotta put the little feet on. And again, these are cute and uncomplicated. So I'm not painting Manolos here, folks. I'm just painting little shoe shape. And we're already, that's coming out very, very cute. Oh, I'm liking how this comes out. All right, so we're gonna get the egg stripes going. Let's take a little white stripe. Oop, almost had a big blob come across. Paint's a little dry on the whites. Again, I probably had an air bubble in my press and seal, and that edge is a little drier than some of the other paints. Again, I'm not going for perfect or anything, trying for anything close to perfect, because that's not me. I am not a perfect person, and I don't work for perfection. I work for gorgeous. Sometimes I get there. Okay, so we're going to finish decorating the egg. And then I need another color underneath. What do I need? I can do a little more red because I haven't done that much red. Yay! Okay, so it's almost done. The last thing we have to do is put some hands on there so that it looks like the angel is holding the egg, and we need to paint the bow on the egg itself. And again, rustic country, so if you look at the original thing here, the hands were literally just a dot. So that's how we're going at it right now. We're going to paint a little dot that looks like hands holding the eggs, or holding the egg, not eggs. And then we'll just paint the little bow on it. Let's do this a fun way. we go. So the last thing that has to happen is we get our a little bit of background embellishment. It can be stars, it could be flowers, it could be just about anything. I think for today, we're just going to stick with the star shapes that we were doing before. And there we go. I mean, how cute. So today we have created a bunny and we have created an angel. And I think I'm going to call it done for the day. All right, everybody, if I've missed you for anything, if you have any questions, please post them below. And do not hesitate to reach out to me. All right, everybody, the bunnies will be listed on the website tonight and available for purchase. Have a great evening. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.